Hey, Reverend JJ. Here we are again, back at the Lotus Lounge. So there's a lot going on, and I'm not sure if anybody's paying attention to the world around us and current events, but the movie appears to be coming to a climax, and I believe we're going to be seeing some really big changes coming here down the road. So today I wanted to talk a little bit about the pineal gland and providing some alternative ways of being able to find your peace and be able to navigate throughout everything that is happening. Shit's gonna get really dark here. It's coming. So the pineal gland, I wanted to discuss what some of the purposes and some things that you can do for yourself to detox and decalcify the pineal and your body. So I know I shared a lot of supplements that I'm currently taking, and I'm not going to go over that again. But so when we're talking about the pineal gland, this is where people identify the third eye and your chakra system. So the pineal gland is considered to be the stairway to heaven. So it looks like a pine cone and is the size of a small gemstone, as in jasper. The pineal gland is known as the throne of God. Around the throne of God are 24 cranial nerves that help the pineal function to its full capacity. This is mentioned as 24 elders in Revelation 4, it says chapter 4, 3-4, paragraphs 3-4. I'm not one on the Bible, we've talked about that before, but I just wanted to kind of help you understand where this is coming from. So the pineal gland is the main endocrine gland in the body that rests in the middle of the brain between the two cerebral hemispheres, which is mentioned in Genesis chapter 3, paragraph 24 as the these words, cherubims, cherubims. So it's mentioned in Genesis 3:24 as the cherubims that guard the tree of life. The tree of life is your spinal column. It's also known as the stairway to heaven, or in the occult as Jacob's ladder. Your spinal column has 33 vertebrae, as in 33 degrees in masonry. There are also 33 spinal nerves, as in Jesus died at the age of 33. When you add 33 and 33, it equals 66. Hence, there are 66 books in the Bible. So, pineal gland is really important in regards to one's connection to your consciousness and being able to connect to spirit. I've also said on here before that 33 hertz is Christ consciousness. So I also came across something else in regards to 33. So the sound of earth is C sharp, placed 33 octaves below middle C. So the sound of earth is C sharp, 33 octaves below middle C. There are approximately 69 miles between lines of longitude and latitude. The Earth's atmosphere is comprised of 3 main gases, which are nitrogen, oxygen, and argon, respectively the 7th, 8th, and 18th elements. 7, 8, and 18 equals 33. So if you recall too, in the last episode, I touched on some of the like numerology stuff and what that means as well. So there are ways of being able to decalcify the pineal, and I'm going to touch on that here as well. So the pea-sized gland in the human brain that to this day scientists still have not uncovered its full function or purpose. So we don't even know the full capabilities of what this gland can do. So similar to your eyes, the pineal gland has rods and cones, hence why it's called the third eye. However, unlike our regular eyes, the third eye is designed for psychic ability, intuition, and as a gateway to higher consciousness. The gland, along with the endocrine system, are master regulators of our body's serotonin, melatonin, and hormones, including testosterone. The disruption of our hormones can dramatically weaken the third eye's function, as well as intuition and the connection to function and the connection to our higher selves. Few realize a healthy hormone balance is actually critical to opening the third eye. So I also saw the other day that there were some connections with soy, and when you're ingesting soy into the body, that it's actually impacting the endocrine system. A doctor was speaking on this the other day, how soy, they now are finding it's impacting the endocrine system, which is causing lower testosterone in men. So this is all kind of connecting. So we've talked about the things that are happening where our consciousness is being detached. So the food that we're putting into our bodies, and I'm going to talk again some about that here shortly, but you are what you eat, right? So soy, we now know, is impacting the development of testosterone. So for those that are taking in lots of soy into your diet, you may want to reevaluate. That's actually something that has become quite a major concern currently with low testosterone levels in men. It's seeming to be happening and occurring quite a bit. Fluoride also calcifies and hardens the pineal gland, which I'm imagining also affects the endocrine system. And then there's also another herbicide, like a pesticide. It's called atrazine, atrazine. It can also change the sexual orientation of animals, which includes humans. And in the 80s, it was being sprayed on food and found in drinking water. There was a study that was done. Scientist Tyrone Hayes discovered changes the orientation of frogs when the chemical atrazine was added to water. There was a drop in testosterone levels of 1% each year. So we got lots of stuff going on here where things are like being attacked. And the pineal gland is being affected and impacted by the things that we're putting in and ingesting into the body. So we know that there are antennas. We talked about the rods and cones, or I mentioned the rods and cones. So there was a study done by Dr. Joseph Kirschvink at the California Institute of Technology, and he found evidence that there were 5 million magnetite crystals per gram of brain cell. So 100 million magnetite crystals per gram of cerebral cortex. The magnetite crystals can sense very weak signals and react to them. So magnetite reacts over 1 million times more sensitive to an external magnetic field than any other biological matter. So this means that external magnetic fields directly influence the brain. This can affect and disturb many functions of the metabolism. So, magnetic fields outside of the body can also impact the pineal and the functionality of one's metabolism and likely the endocrine system and the hormone functioning. So lots of things being impacted. I was putting them together. So some ways to decalcify the pineal gland. The mushrooms that I talked about is one of them. So reishi, algae, passion flower, milk thistle, noni, gotu kola, Gotukola, blue lotus, ginkgo, albizia, schizandra, moringa, chaga, chaga, aloe, and turmeric, mucuna, mucuna. So those are some like herbs, plants, and things that you can ingest. I also have this book that I read, The God Design. Excellent book. I highly recommend it. And some other things that you can do to decalcify the pineal. You can eat kale, avocados, wheatgrass, celery, broccoli, cucumber, bell peppers, and garlic. So those are some things to assist. So remember, we always keep reinforcing that you are what you eat, and what you put into your body will cause things to react and function in certain ways. So we want to make sure that we are taking in healthy stuff. So the world's healthiest foods, I'm going to run through them for you. Sauerkraut, avocado, blueberries, ginger, chai seeds, hemp seeds, dark chocolate, pumpkin seeds, onion, garlic, sweet potato, almonds, celery juice, walnuts, coconut, and lemon. So remember, we are what we eat. So make sure that you're ingesting healthy things. So some natural pharmaceutical counterparts I wanted to kind of touch on. So if you're feeling the need to take Tylenol for pain, you can also take turmeric, ginger, or berries. Remember, food is medicine. Lipitor, if there are some issues going on with your cholesterol and needing to reduce your LDL cholesterol, you can eat apples or nuts or tomatoes. If you're feeling like you have to reduce blood pressure, instead of taking a medicine, like Cestrel, you can ingest citrus fruit, bananas, or some types of leafy greens, so like kale. Issues with hypothyroid problems, instead of taking Synthroid, you can ingest or take in seaweed, radishes, which I absolutely hate radishes. I think they're so disgusting. I do not like the flavor at all, but I'll lean more towards the seaweed. But seaweed, radishes, and bananas. I don't have issues that I'm aware of with my thyroid, but I wanted to share this with you. So, issues with needing an antacid. So if you're having heartburn, instead of taking Prilosec, you can eat grapefruits, sprouts, alfalfa sprouts, or take some honey. Antibiotics, vitamin D, so getting in the sun, eating garlic and turmeric are also antibiotics. And an anti-diabetic, so for things to assist with diabetes. You can drink black tea, get vitamin D, so get out in the sun, and eat leafy greens. So I thought that was kind of important to touch on a little bit of some of the foods and things that you can put into your body to help. So things that will lower your vibration. All right, so things that are going to decrease your frequency. Envy and jealousy, going against your value system, being inauthentic, limiting yourself, so placing limiting beliefs, mindless activities, over-attachment to the physical, mistreating other living beings, ignoring your shadow, clinging to fear, shaming yourself, people-pleasing, not exercising, not taking accountability, ungratefulness, constant complaining, overindulgence, poor diet, dehydration, excessive stimulation, fueling drama, having toxic friends, engaging in negative self-talk, and greed are things that are going to lower the vibration. So some things that will assist in raising and increasing your vibration: getting in the sun, doing good without any expectation, showing up as your best and true authentic self, being true to you, daily meditation, breath work, doing your best to stay present and focused in the moment, getting out in nature and taking time to commune with Mother Earth, doing your shadow work, moving your body, high vibe foods like raw fruits and veggies, and I just listed through several, boundaries, making sure you're hydrated, staying integral and humble, consistent gratitude, being in a flow state, connecting to the vibration of love, listening to music that you enjoy, laughing, using positive affirmations, setting an intention and a focus, letting go and allowing yourself to have fun, bringing joy into your life. So, exercise and movement is one of the fastest ways to increase your vibration, your mood, and your overall mental and physical well-being. So if you're feeling kind of sluggish or tired, irritable, get a quick workout. It's naturally instilled in all of us to break through the emotional blocks with physical movement. So some even easy stretching, taking a walk out in nature. Your brain is going to constantly rewire itself to suit the information that you're feeding into it. So if you're constantly complaining, and this is what I was saying about lowering the vibration, if we're complaining, engaging in gossip, finding excuses, it will make it much easier to find things to be upset about, regardless of what's happening around you. So likewise, if you're constantly in search of opportunities, abundance, love, and things to be grateful for, it will make it easier to find a reflection of those things around you. And this takes practice, but over time, it's very powerful and a way to reshape your reality. So as therapists too, we're constantly talking about reframing and staying in a more positive way of thinking. So I know I've mentioned several different things. Lots of ways of coping and shifting. So if we are going into like a downward spiral, let's just talk a little bit about what that emotion might look like. So you may be suffering with being bored, pessimistic, frustrated, irritated, impatient, and then we're going to spiral down where we're having doubts, worry, anger, then rage, hatred, jealousy, guilt and insecurity, and then some feelings of powerlessness. But if we are working towards maintaining a higher vibration and spiraling upward, then we are having positive expectations, contentment, belief, hopefulness, optimism, enthusiasm, happiness, passion, eagerness, empowered, feeling love, joy, and freedom. So do you see the difference of the spiral and how things can be shifted in how we perceive? So another way of being able to engage and possibly open the third eye, as we're talking about the pineal gland, you can take an object and put it in front of you in like a vertical upright position in the center line of your vision. So right in the middle of your vision. Focus on the object and let your vision get blurry until you see two of the same object. Stay focused on those two objects and without trying to correct your vision for at least 2 minutes. Close your eyes and let your mind explore the new images that came up. You can repeat this 3 times. Practice often to stimulate the production of DMT. So that's a way of helping rewire and undo any kind of mind control and open the third eye. So I'm kind of covering several different things here. And I want to make sure that we have a bunch of different tools that we can use. So another basic method in a way of assisting in shifting one's energy and mentality is also our breath and I have talked about prana and breath and the life force, and then staying focused and more in the moment. So take in a nice cleansing breath. Consciously identify any negative emotion that might be coming to surface. So I feel angry. I feel sad. Tell yourself, I am not my negative emotion. Inhale, take in a nice deep cleansing breath. Feel the emotion. Sit in the feeling. Become the sadness. Become the anger. Inhale, breathe, cleansing breath. Exhaling all the air. Tell yourself, I am not my negative emotions. Inhale, breathe again. Exhaling all the air, letting them go. Letting go when you exhale, releasing any negative feeling. Deep cleansing breath, inhale again, and continue and repeat the cycle as many times as needed. Breath, as we know, is how we rewire the central nervous system, and obviously the brain is part of this central nervous system. So tapping in and being your higher self. Ascension isn't for the fainted of heart. It happens when you are committed to growth and self-healing. We grind, we isolate, we break down, and we get back up. The old you dies every moment. This is because we're constantly shifting our energy and embodying our higher self in the human vessel. We're breaking old patterns and healing old traumas, only to revisit them again and learn something new this time. The more that you light and embody, becoming aware of your own darkness and becoming a walking portal of source in human form, bringing in and being the true, authentic, higher self. Reconnecting with your soul and remembering that you're never alone. The loneliness that you may experience is a product of the subconscious belief or the subconscious programming that there's something wrong with you or that you are separate from everything else in existence. But in fact, everything is a divine reflection of Source. Reconnect. Start connecting with the higher power that's within you. Instead of being afraid of being alone, find your soul in solitude. And then you will see the interconnectedness of everything. So, I hope this helped. Maybe put some things into perspective, provided a better understanding of self and who you are, and some ways that we can engage in some healthier lifestyles and healthier wellness. There's a lot going on. Stay true to you. And make sure you engage in the armor of God, because it is going to be needed. I'm here to be of service. Let me know if there's anything I can do. You can find me on my website, jjlotustherapy.com. I'm offering my service for those that are struggling, so reach out as needed. I am the lotus. I come from the mud, blossoming, transforming from darkness to light. Namaste.